Well, we begin tonight with a massive manhunt underway for the man accused in a deadly shooting at a Detroit hospital. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 11. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
I'm Simon Shaquette. Thank you so much for joining us. Police say 53-year-old Mario Green walked into Henry Ford on West Grand Boulevard around 10 a.m. and fatally shot his ex-wife.
Green drove away from the scene, but this afternoon, investigators tracked down his 2011 white Dodge Charger, abandoned on the northwest side of Detroit.
On August 22, 2025, around 9:45 a.m. local time, Mario Dewayne Green, age 53, entered the basement of Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, where his ex-wife, Latricia Green Brown, 40, worked. They engaged in a verbal dispute. Green pulled out a firearm and shot her, causing her death at the scene. He fled in a white 2011 Dodge Charger. His vehicle was abandoned nearby later that day. Last week, a tragic and deeply disturbing act of domestic violence unfolded inside one of Detroit's most trusted institutions. A hard-working hospital employee's life was taken at her place of work, and the danger that should have been prevented hit far too close to home.
Straight out of swamp where the pain don't sleep, digging through the truth where the crime runs deep. From the bottom to the top, let the facts all spray. Welcome to the grind, this crime the Eway. The streets don't lie, they scream my name.
Well, we begin tonight with a massive manhunt underway.
Police say Mario entered the main Detroit campus of Henry Ford Hospital, proceeded to the basement where Latricia worked, and shot her multiple times.
It just kind of clicked a little bit. You didn't have to say who it was, you just knew.
Latricia's cousins say she was a kind, unconfrontational person who, as recently as last month, had been harassed and stalked by her ex-husband. Court records show they divorced in 2018.
She was such a sweet person. She didn't deserve what happened to her at all.
On June 13th of this year, Latricia filed for a personal protection order against Mario, saying he was stalking her and that he, quote, continued to call my job and threatened to meet employees outside, and showed up to my job and tried to enter my office without my approval to get to me.
When they posted the picture of him on Facebook, we all were saying like we seen him before.
That PPO was denied, but Latricia and her family say the threats continued.
As early as last week, a friend of mine had told me that he followed her home from work and ran her off the road. So she went and made another police report.
Latricia recounted that incident and others in another PPO request in July, saying, quote, I have tried being cordial because I feel that the system has now let me down each time that I have tried to make reports on this man. My father was murdered, and now with this situation, I am now in mental distress and scared, not knowing what to do. I have to constantly look over my shoulder to make sure this man is not following me to hurt me like he has done in the past with physical abuse. I am asking for help before this goes too far and things are too late. That request was approved, but police say the order was never served to Mario.
Mario Green is in police custody. Investigators say he walked into Henry Ford Hospital Friday morning, went to the basement where his ex-wife Latricia Green worked, and fatally shot her. The shooting sparked fear throughout the hospital. Police arrested Mario Green around 3:30 a.m. Saturday morning on LeMay Street. Fox 2 caught up with Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison at a community event to talk about the arrest.
It took a lot of help from our ATF, our FBI, our Wayne County Sheriff, and everybody else, our Michigan State Police. Just everybody came out to help, and we were able to get him in custody and without incident.
Hi, what's your name, sir?
Mario Green.
Thank you. This will be case 25059-589.
Mario Green, the man accused of shooting and killing his ex-wife at Henry Ford Hospital on Friday, has been charged with first-degree premeditated murder. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office now has a second person charged related to that shooting, 54-year-old Anthony Lee Lamont Barnett, who is alleged to have aided Green in fleeing from the scene of the homicide. Former DPD Assistant Chief Steve Dolan tells me this tragic story is especially worrying because the victim, Latricia Green, had done everything she was supposed to do when dealing with an abusive ex.
The hospital community is reeling. A lockdown was briefly enacted. Counselors and support services were offered to staff. The case has sparked broader outrage and grief, and renewed scrutiny on how systems fail survivors. Latricia's relatives, advocates, and experts underscore the urgency for systemic reform, especially in how protective orders are served and in recognizing stalking as a real, escalating threat. Latricia Green's life mattered, her story matters, and while we can't undo the tragedy, we can commit to changing how our systems protect those they were meant to safeguard. Let's honor her memory with purpose and action.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Crime the Eway for more stories like these.